Good morning. It's the 28th of September 2015 and a beautiful, I don't know if you can see anything there, if the camera will correct for it eventually. Let's see if we can get a picture out here. Very beautiful day. Yeah, there you can see this blue sky. And those of you who have watched our videos regularly will recognize this room. This is the library, the last room that is in this condition in our house and that we're working on regularly to try to finish. And one of the problems we have at the moment is it's becoming cooler. Today it's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's not bad, but it's going to become cooler, and we don't have a radiator in here. You see the wall over there needs to be repaired. It has to be built up. Karin has to build up those blocks, those bricks on the left side there, and add more to them, and also tear that other part apart and clean that up and replaster that whole area there. That whole part needs to be replastered. That's going to take a while, and as a consequence, it's going to get cold before we can do that. And that is where the radiator goes. You see the pipes on the right side over there where the radiator is attached, will be attached. So we can't put a radiator in here yet. And what we want to do is put our wood burning stove back in here. So the problem with that is it has to have that metal underneath it there. And of course the floors are covered with paper. So what we've done is cut the paper back, as you can see there, and I'm oiling the area of the floor that the metal will go on, just that area there. When we've got it oiled and the oil is dry, we'll put the metal down and then put the paper back down. We'll stick the paper down with tape so that the rest of the floor is protected, because there's still going to be a lot of dirt when Karin finishes the walls in here. She's got this wall done here. I mean, not this wall, but this part of the wall done here where the stove will go, so that she doesn't have to work behind the stove when it's in. So the job right at the moment is to finish oiling this. There's one coat of oil on it already, and I'm putting another one on right now, and then let it sit for about 45 minutes, and then I'll wipe it off with those rags there and carefully dispose of those rags. Okay, you don't need to watch me smearing oil on the floor, so I'll just turn the camera off for now. And if there's anything else interesting to show you, I'll bring you back later. It just occurred to me that for those of you who watched me sand these floors, here you can see the way the wood is going to look when it's finished, when the oil is on it. It takes on a kind of a honey golden color that we find extremely attractive. It brings out the grain and the knots, and it just looks very attractive, I think. I'll take you in here. You can see a little closer. There you can see. So that's the way it's going to look. The whole room is going to look when we're done. This now will sit for 45 minutes, and then I'll wipe it off, the excess oil off, and it'll dry overnight. And then tomorrow we'll be able to put that big sheet of metal down there. That protects the floor, of course, from embers and coals that might fall out of the stove when we open it up. We've moved the stove. Actually, it was going to be over to the right further, and we've decided to move it closer to the door, which moves it closer to the chimney pipe there. it wasn't drawing very well. The stove wasn't drawing very well, and I think that that pipe was too long. So we've reduced it by over 50 centimeters now, and hope that that will, so that it'll burn a little better with that. Okay, thank you very much for watching. That's all for today, or here, at least for now. It's about 1:45 on Sunday, the 4th of October 2015. And I'm up in the hobby room again. And this is the wall that Karin has plastered, this part of the wall here. You may remember that this stove, well, probably you don't, but if you watched some of my videos, you may remember that this stove was much further over to the right than it is. We've moved it to the left to shorten that stovepipe up there, for one thing. And also it leaves more room on this side over here for, we can later on put we may even have a couch or at least a comfortable chair or something in there, maybe a table, a little table. We're going to try to keep from filling these rooms up here. We're going to try to rather have them a little sparsely furnished, just because it's kind of nice to have more room and not be stumbling over things all the time. What I'm doing today is, or one of the things that I'm planning to do today is, besides enjoying the fire, is you may recall that there was a receptacle, an electric outlet in the middle of that wall there. Well, there's no use in leaving it there because the radiator is going to go right in front of it. That whole wall will be covered by a radiator when Karin gets the repairs done, and when that's finished, then the radiator will go in. Of course, the outlet would not be available; it would just be behind the radiator. So So I just pulled up the wire here. You can see the cable wire on the ground, and I'm going to move it over to that wall over there. That's one of the things I'm going to do today. I'll cut the cable off, the wire off, and put and make a hole in the wall there where a new outlet box can go in. I'll probably put a double outlet in, just because you can never have enough outlets as far as I'm concerned. And I'll plaster that in there, and then when Karin plasters the walls, so she can just work around that. I mean, work over it, actually. I'll just cover it up, and then we'll open it up when she's done. So if there's something interesting to show, I'll show you today. Otherwise, I'll just probably stick all of these little bits and pieces together, things that we've been doing, and put them as kind of an update. I've made a video for a few days again, and yeah, I have plans to make a larger video tomorrow. We'll see if that happens. Okay, see you later.
I'll go about this.